Well, hello there in YouTube land and welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to be riding the S1000 Single R just to compare it with the M1000.
I thought
you've been doing this all fucking night to me.
R that we rode yesterday. So we were here at Mancuso BMW and we're ready to hit the road. So let's get on this bad boy and see how it's like to ride. You push on that button, it starts right off. Check out that beautiful dash, even though it has a whole bunch of fingerprints. And then you turn it on and you have that nice growl. Now the exhaust note that this one has is not as good or as pretty. Now all the components are not as pretty as on the M, but it's not bad. I mean, I like this little BMW badge here on the clamp. It does have dynamic or semi-active suspension, which is not bad.
But before we continue with the review, let's talk about some specs of this bike. Now, first is the engine. The engine is an oil water-cooled 4-cylinder, 4-stroke inline engine with 4 valves per cylinder. It's a 999cc inline 4 that produces 165 horsepower and 84 pound-feet of torque. The frame is a bridge-type aluminum laminate frame with load-bearing engine. The front suspension is an upside-down telescopic fork with spring preload and adjustable rebound and compression stage. That means fully adjustable. And the rear suspension, fully adjustable as well. It's an aluminum swing arm. And the brakes in the front, twin disc brakes with 12.6 inches, 4-piston fixed caliper, single disc in the back with 8.7 inches in a 1-piston floating caliper. And it also has the BMW integral ABS. Now the price is $14,295. That's the suggested MSRP, but
it's actually just PIN twice. You're saying personal identification number. It's just
the prices tested was 20,685 buckaroonies. And now back to the review.
And the friction zone is I don't know, it's jumpy. This bike, maybe because it's cold, so that's the reason, but feels really jumpy, like it wants to go, just like my Suzuki with the low RPM assist. All right, so here we go. And in front of us is the M1000, so that's good. Now right away you feel different than on the M1000. Well, because of the mirrors, they're not as good, but you do feel, I mean, you can see behind you, but I forgot to adjust them and they're really tight, so I'm not going to be able to adjust them then. So even with this little bumps, you feel that the suspension is obviously not as premium, but it's not bad. It feels sporty. Let's see when we get moving how that handles. Now it is in dynamic mode. Now these bikes have the mode button selector here. You can just click on it and then you can change it to rain, or you can change it to road, or you can keep it in dynamic, which is the sportiest setting. Finding neutral is not as smooth, so the shifter is not going to be as smooth as the on the M, obviously. And it is something that I was expecting a little bit more of a smooth gearbox. Ooh. So yeah, it's a little bit snatchy. I wasn't expecting that. Ah, but the quick shifter is very smooth. I have no idea what's happening with the guy in front of us, but anyway. Oh, so let me change. So the sound of the exhaust is not as awesome as on the other one, but it's not bad. And the same thing with all the BMWs is when you're hitting the indicators, the blinkers thing, you need to remove your hand from the clutch because otherwise you're not going to reach, or at least not me. You need bigger hands.
Wow, man, look at those mitts. Man, it's like grabbing a bunch of bananas.
But so far, this bike feels pretty light and pretty comfortable. I mean, I like it. But obviously, it's not going to be as good as the M. Okay, so this dude on the M is not going to go in front of the car. So I guess that means we stay here. Come on, dude, what the hell? So we're not allowed to pass, and this dude on the M I guess he does not want to go fast, and he has an M1000R. So the guy on the S1000 is passing me now. Oh yeah, oh yeah, this is good. Yeah, this is a good, very nice bike. You know what these bikes have? They build you with confidence just the way they feel, because they react pretty well to how you move the handlebars. So obviously the suspension is not as premium as on the M, but you do feel that even though it's very sporty, it can handle the imperfections of the road, and it's very comfortable. And the riding position, well, it's the same, which is I think the ergonomics are perfect for a bike for the road, because you have an upright position, but you can get in a tuck if you want. Plenty of space, and even though the seat is not as big as, let's say, on the RR, what you do feel is that the back seat still gives you a little bit of room to put your butt there, so you can get in a tuck if you want to, and that's not bad. That's very good, actually. So this is not a bad bike to have. The only issue I have with this bike is the price. So you're not going to find a bike like this for less than $18,000 because of all the packages that BMW, well, puts on its bikes, and you're never going to find a base model on any dealer in any BMW dealer. So that is one thing that that will keep me from buying this bike, because if I'm going to buy this bike, I would definitely want the M mirrors and another color scheme, because I don't like this one. I like the black one, or maybe the gray one, or silver. Those are the colors that I like on these S1000R from BMW. Now this bike has a 1000cc engine that comes from the RR, but this one is tuned differently for the street. So you would expect to have more torque down low, but it's not really about that. They just I think made it more reliable because it only has, mind you, 168 horsepower, which is plenty for the street. Now, one of the things that these BMW bikes have, and that's why people, when they go on these when they go on these shootouts, like the naked bike shootout, and they put this bike against the Aprilia Tuono or the Super Duke and all these bikes, what the BMWs have is that they don't have that character, right? I really don't like the clutch on this bike. I mean, it's warm enough now and it's a little bit snatchy. Like the friction zone is just too small, and then it just moves, boom, suddenly. Let's go. And it doesn't feel as planted, obviously, as the M model. But I don't know if you can hear the exhaust. It's not a bad exhaust. You don't need to change it because it's pretty loud once you get going. And for me, that's all you need. I want to hear it. I don't want everybody else to look at me. I'm riding a bike that is fast. Especially, you know, the cops. They're gonna see you and they're gonna hear you miles away. They know you're coming. So I don't know. I can't say I'm disappointed because it's a good bike. It's a great bike. But I mean, from the M to my Suzuki, miles apart, right? Yeah, I want the M. Now from this one to my Suzuki, well, yeah, it feels a little bit better. Maybe it has a nicer dash, and maybe it's faster. I guess it is going to be faster, a little bit more comfortable. I mean, like, it does everything a little bit better, but I don't think it's enough. I don't think it's enough, especially the way this bike drops. Because the M, when you dropped it, you felt so planted. This one does not feel I mean, even on these little bumps, we're not going fast, but I think my Suzuki feels more planted than this bike. So yeah, I have to say it's a disappointment. It's not a bike that I want to buy anymore. So it's a good thing that I have the option of riding both. That means, hey, if you want the bike that you really enjoy, you're gonna have to spend more money, because this bike is not gonna be as much, as different and as much better than my Suzuki. It is better, but not for the money. It's just too expensive. And even though it's in dynamic mode, it's one of those things that I was going to say about these BMWs. Sorry. When you hit the beams, even though obviously we're not revving it out so that it goes really fast, but I think they're so well put together, these bikes, that you don't feel that you're going as fast or that you're accelerating as fast, so you don't feel that excitement as much on these bikes. So that's why when people do all these tests against other bikes, like I was saying, the Aprilia Tuono or the KTM Super Duke, those bikes feel, right, like you're going like a bat out of hell. Or maybe the Ducatis, they also feel like you're going really fast. Maybe you're not that fast. But these bikes, especially on a straight line, when you accelerate, there's not that much of the excitement that you would expect. And I did feel it on the M, I don't feel it on this one. It's the problem, I got spoiled maybe. And it's not a bad bike, don't get me wrong. I mean, I would buy it if I get a good deal on it, but I'm not gonna go overboard to buying one of these and buy them, because it's like, I mean, there are options. I think the MT-10 feels a lot better than this bike. I haven't ridden the Honda CB1000, but it's also a lot more affordable, so those are the options. Well, I guess that's it for today's video, guys. So I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, if you liked the video, to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell button, and share it with all your friends. If you don't like the video, well, share it with all your enemies. And I'll see you guys on the next one.